And welcome back to Crypto Angles podcast number 28. 2 and the 8. 28 is the number of extreme wealth. So I guess that's what we're looking into in this video. 2 and the 8 equals 10. 1 and 0 is the binary code, masculine and feminine energies. So yeah, things are changing this month. Things are changing. Check out my numerology I did for October and you'll see how much change is actually happening, and I feel we're noticing it this month. But anyway, as this plane passes over, giving a signal that I'll be catching flights very, very, very soon. I don't know if you lot can hear it, but it's so loud when I'm talking. But anyway, welcome everyone. My name is Kelita Sahliah. Let's just turn the brightness up. If you are new, I'm a mother, an angel, and I just dabble in crypto. So over here we combine astronomy and astrology together to see how it may or may not impact the crypto market. Obviously, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I simply just fell in love with the stars and, I saw it got some time. So what I usually do for those who are new, we usually touch on some Gematria and we look at the connections that is being signaled on the world stage. We then move into the astrological story and see how that could be impacting the crypto market. And then we finish off with technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. And I have a special coming up. I have a special touching on some other coins, but I'll mention that a bit later. This calendar is in alignment with the visible sky. As I says, we combine astrology and astronomy together. So it's not the same as mainstream astrology. It is very, very different. It's much closer to sidereal. And yeah, so you can grab this calendar if you would like. There is a whole 30% off because there's a black swan sale because there's a potential black swan event happening, and I also give personal readings. So if you are interested in that, feel free to reach out to me. I've done an example for Bitcoin and XRP, and I'll be doing some other coins soon. So the Gematria, the first thing I want to share with you is Zelandia. We're going back to Zelandia. If you remember, we have the 581 in Hebrew Gematria, and we had, you can read those if you like, transgenderism. And I just find this interesting because I shared this on my TikTok. I done a short on my TikTok and someone says, well, what's transgender people got to do with it? Well, what have they got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Let's take a look. Trans women may be banned from women's NHS wards. UK athletes bans transgender women from competing. World athletes bans them. Banned. Like all of it banned. The whole news. Transgender women banned. And I just find it interesting. There's no mention of transgender men. It's just all transgender women. Which, to be honest, it makes more sense because, of course, if you are a man transitioning, you've still got more strength if you've not taken like all the hormones and anything. But anyway, my opinion is irrelevant on this matter. I just wanted to show you lot that them talking about this new continent being found called Zelandia has a link to this, and what had happened is interesting that it's being played out in this way on the opposite side, and I feel it makes sense too, only because it's like the whole world was bending over backwards for this, and I feel, in all honesty, it was getting to the point it was silly, like, not just this, but all the extra pronouns, they literally go into zim, z's. Just what on earth is that? So it makes sense, and what they're doing, I just need you lot to be aware and to keep your energy because it's just all linked to this. And is this signaling more of a crash coming? Because this is just so potent. It's just so potent. So don't allow your energy to be harvested from this. Don't involve yourself in it. The world stage will do whatever the world stage needs to do. You just need to focus on you and whatever your plan is. Okay, so it's just funny, but yeah, so I did want to just share that with you, and this is what I'd also like you lot to keep in mind. If you're here watching this video, it means you've got the capacity to, you know, see these type of things as well. So as we go further on to what we're getting into today, remember when these things appear on the world stage, just try remember what it could be signaling, and so you know how to act and what to do. So we are going to part 2, because I said that I found so much more stuff with this little beautiful alien guy. It looks like a sculpture, looks cute, but anyway, let's get into part 2. So we do have, oh, I didn't write what that breaks down to. We have 6 and 2 is 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 11, that's the master number. So this is like going through the doors. 2 energy is contrast. I'm saying random numbers, but these numbers fall down. When you add it all together, it goes down to 11. And then 11 is a master number, so you don't bring that down, but you can see still the energy of 2, because 1 and 1 equals 2. So we've got 2, which is contrast, which is duality, which means it's appearing on nothing can exist without contrast. So that's how it can appear into the reality. And as it's 11, a master number, it's like you're going through the doors. That's what I'm saying with this podcast being 28, a 1 and a 0, and we're getting 11, we're going through the doors here. There's change happening on the basis code of our reality. All right, so alien bodies, let's take a look. I didn't even crop it, you know. Actually, I was attempting to crop it, but it didn't allow me to. Click the wrong thing. This is my threads anyway, people. Threads on Instagram. If you want to follow me there, you can. Feel free. But it really wouldn't let me crop this picture, which I found interesting. I've got screenshots at the end of this presentation to show you. Why is it not like... Do I have to click this? Oh, I'll just leave it like this now. You know how it can go big? Why is it just not going big? It's not showing me the little thingies. Anyway, keep in mind we're following the 632, so that's 11 energy, and the 164. So we've got Dallas, Texas. Now I find this amazing, because even if you just the fact that it says Texas anyway, because the solar eclipse, you know, I was saying in my last video, last cycle, I said that the eclipse energy makes an X over America, and it's actually over Texas. Yeah, it's over Texas in general. So check out Waters Above, like check out his video, his latest decode on it. Like, I highly recommend go check that out. It is in his Patreon, but if you can, if you're in there, if you haven't already watched it, go and watch it, because there's a big eclipse happening and it makes an X marks the spot, all of the X's. Okay, so I found this just an amazing find, that this has popped up. Obviously, I know I'm a little slow, however, because the aliens done come out a few cycles ago, but the eclipse is happening on the 14th. Yeah, the eclipse is happening here, all right, where it's going to make an X over America, over Texas in particular. Russell Brand wasn't he all about the place? I didn't find his picture. He's on the news as well though, isn't he? He's like is he? No, forget it. I'm not gonna type these things in. I'm the slowest typer. But he was up in the news for something. Aren't they like blaming him for something? They're creating a narrative, a story. Again, no coincidences that they found aliens in Mexico, and then he's like more heightened on the world stage. I'm pro-life. All life is sacred. Now, the same way how I was just like, yo, the transgender agenda, and all that stuff. Where's it gone? Oh, it's gone. Let me not go all over the place. But the same way I was saying about the transgenderism and Zealandia coming up. Oh, I just saw like the most beautiful. Oh, my attention. Forgive me. This may come up a lot, and there may potentially be, the news, the media may go on the side of like, no, you can't abort anymore, and things like that. So if that appears on the world stage, remember the aliens, and remember what else is coming up. Luffy, if you're a One Piece fan, I just thought I'd add that in there. Again, this is like a personal thing for me, because literally my nephew was like, yesterday, you need to watch One Piece. I was like, wow. It's just interesting that this whole connection comes up. So even though these things happen on the world stage, it's like a chain reaction, chain of events that pops up in your reality too in some way. Dark energy coming through with that, found that interesting. The dead and dying. The reason I put this in there, I found it interesting because that the in 2020 and the whole world was shut down for no reason, and obviously the injection, what I'm saying, people took what they were offering and trying to force on people, and I just don't know if they're already dead and they're going to be dying. I don't know. Multi-millionaire. So around about this time, maybe like random multi-millionaires just pop up. Just new millionaires in the mix. Big surprise. Interesting. So part 2, we've got quite a lot to cover, so I'm going to just go through this super fast. XRP chart, like why is XRP chart coming up with Mexico aliens? Because they're doing the most. We've also got XPR chart. Now, this is a mirror, okay? They're basically the same thing. And what we're going to do, we're going to decode this as a special, because I feel something's being hidden here. And yeah, something's being hidden. It's the exact same thing. So keep that in mind. Miracles unheard of. So from this big surprise, multi-millionaire, there's some miracles coming about with the 11 energy as this falls down into 11. Hurricane Franklin. So we had extreme weathers coming up before. I don't know whether that was with the Trump decode. I can't remember, but it's somewhere. We had extreme weathers. So stay safe where you're at. And keep in mind Hurricane Franklin. I don't know if that's come up before, or if it hasn't. If it's gonna come up, I'm not quite sure. Chemical sunscreen. There's chemicals in sunscreen, people. It does not belong on your skin, and it blocks your skin from receiving what the sun needs to give you. Okay, like if you're really just like, I need to protect myself from the sun, use something alternative and natural. Like, I beg. I feel we need to get to the point that what they promote is nonsense now. Like, come on. Full blood moons. This is interesting again, because the full blood moon is coming up on the hunter's moon, which is here. It's on the 28th of October. So keep this in mind. Again, this is what I say. I'm definitely a little bit slow with these aliens. However, I'm right on time. I'm right on time. So this eclipse energy is big, and I feel it's just going to have whatever impact on the market, but we'll see. We'll go through it. Kabbalah is truth. I just found that interesting. One infinite creator. We all know we co-create with it. Tarot card, the magician. So again, this just pops up with big surprise, and this magic is happening basically. Like the magician, you can I can't remember what but it's in the word. It's in the word magician. You can like manifest what you're after. Is it now? Is it really? I've chilled, to be fair. I have chilled, but yes, it definitely opened me up to this whole new perspective of reality. So I'm grateful for my high time, sky time. Fairy realm, I just found this cute, and I find this interesting. It's the same as the XRP chart and XPR chart with the 108 at the bottom. It's exactly the same with the 648. Oh, that's interesting. It's exactly the same. But fairy realm, I just found that cute because I had a dream, and a pixie was teasing me in the dream. So they're about hurricane graphene. I don't know. Yeah, again, more extreme weathers. Gnosis of Christ. Again, Christ wisdom, Christ consciousness coming up. I mentioned a lot about in my past videos. There's just a lot of this energy. God's manifestation. Again, the hologram playing itself. Great author. I found this interesting because, you know, it all links to this and this, the author of our reality. Who is the author of our reality? Initiating program. What program is it? The multi-millionaire big surprise program. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. People fake their deaths. Now, this again I found super interesting. Okay, I need to stop saying I find them interesting because I find it all interesting if it's on here. Now, we know a lot of celebrities do that. They literally just get rid of their self on the world stage, and then they live out life how they're just, you know, not on the world stage. So we're shifting into big energy. So I'm seeing a lot of people may exit, but you know, who knows if they're really gone or not. Red, blue, red pill, blue pill. What are you going to take? Red shift, blue shift. I feel we're shifting in energy. Yeah, quite massively. Political nonsense. Ignore it. Focus on yourself. That's a lot of that is going to come up. Atlantis star. So yeah, who's the star of Atlantis? Is there an Atlantis star in the actual sky? Is it an asteroid? We've got Chinese Phoenix. This is massive because next year we are entering the Chinese zodiac year. We're entering into the year of the dragon, which is the Phoenix energy. So big changes are happening. Demolish the Pentagon. I just found that interesting because, you know, Genesis pattern, the beginning pattern. We're entering into, like I says, this is 11 energy, the 3632. So a new beginning pattern. Gentle dragon mother. What's here? Yeah, see, as I'm there trying to screenshot it, I screenshot it and I was gonna crop it. Why did it do this? Like, it was just like, nope. How many times? Look. So I just had to, like, it was so strange. I just added that in. But gentle dragon mother, I just found that interesting because one time I had a dream. There was 3 black dragons, and then I was told they're still in their eggs. I was like, okay, we're getting the 164. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 6 equals 11. Oh my days, it's 11. I feel this is super, super potent. You know, I honestly do. Anyway, Mexico alien bodies giving us the 164. In Chaldean it's 62. So do keep in mind any numbers linked to obviously 62 because that would link to that in Chaldean. Chaldean is the most accurate. We are following ordinal mainly, and we do look at Hebrew only because Hebrew's part of the world stage as well. Like a lot of things is done through that. However, Chaldean is like even more deeper than Hebrew, and ordinal is just the English, like simple English. So that's why. So we've got lucky numbers. If you had checked out my, obviously the aliens came out in September, and if you had checked out my video I done on my live with the 7 luminaries retrograding, I said that we're in this like jackpot month energy, and yes, waters above did a lot of I wouldn't say a lot, he decoded a lot, getting the 7-7 jackpot as well, and 77 with Trump being arrested. And I just find it interesting that when the aliens' bodies was found in September, lucky numbers, what are the lucky numbers? The jackpot, 777, equaling 21, which is Saturn 3 energy. Homer Simpson. Is the Simpsons going to predict another thing? Like, Simpsons be doing the most. Well, they didn't say predict. They're probably just saying this is what we want to happen, and then the whole collective is like, oh my days, this is what's going to happen, and then we collectively create it. But I also find it interesting, especially with Trump being arrested and thing, you know, and him potentially not even existing now. He's probably dead anyway. But in The Simpsons, he was, I don't know if it was Trump or Homer, but he's standing there and they pull their mask off. So I just find it interesting that Homer has come up, winner takes all, this big surprise energy. If you're a winner, October 19th of October, in the middle of the eclipses, what's happening? Just keep note of that date, just pay attention and observe what happens. And I guess if anything is to happen on the world stage, remember it's more of a signal of all of this, okay? Ready Player One, that's a movie. If you don't know it's a movie, go watch it. It's interesting, where people just get locked in there. I wouldn't say locked in, they fractalize down, okay? They fractalize down, and they're just so attached to this game. It's basically like the metaverse. The metaverse is the beginning of that. Argentinian Pope. That's Pope Francis. That's the Pope now, bro. Like, where is he? Is he chilling in the Vatican? So if he appears on the world stage, just know it's all linked to this. Something is being signaled. All right. The Alpha and the Omega, again, it's just natural code playing itself out in the hologram. Golden showers. What type of golden shower? Let me behave. Or, you know, but gold. We've got a lot of gold references in my past videos. So, we're entering into the golden era, and is it showering down on us? Ooh, no common sense. People are going to be out here with no common sense. You're going to be like, bro, are you okay? But no, they've got no common sense. But anyway, like, it's like whatever happens on the world stage, there may just be a handful of people just like, can you not see that this is foolish? But, you know, people just may be out here doing the most. Part 2. I'm Cupid, stupid. We had a lot of twin flame energy and union coming up. So round about this time, if you come into union, don't be surprised, because I'm Cupid, stupid. Quantum, even though I don't even think Cupid was good, like the true mythology of it, but that's another story. In our fairyland mind, Cupid is, you know, brings people together. Quantum human, that's just reminded me of the quantum reality. Let's move through this quickly. COVID, this. So why is this coming up with the dead and dying? You see, it's here, it's all linked, and they're doing the most trying to give them again. These again, I'm really not interested in celebrities like that, but it popped up, and it's only because I used to watch some. They used to appear in Disney with Demi Lovato. What was it? Rock. What's it called? I used to love the movie, and it's gone right out of my head. She was like rock something. Me and my friend used to watch it all the time, and she went to a camp and she sung, and then they were there. But anyway, if I remember, I'll say it. High School Rock, no. Camp Rock, that's it. If these appear on the world stage, you know, it's just signaling this. I found this interesting. Is she? We've got people just double being right now. Like, you know, I'm also getting a lot of her daughter coming up. Blue Ivy, and she's supposedly meant to take on after her. So yeah, if anyone's like, I can't even bring myself to search them because I'm just not that interested. I have to have interest, otherwise I don't look into it. But if anyone's interested in like celebrities, do keep me updated, please. The Waters Above, I've been telling you, go check out Waters Above, but the waters in the actual above, like, I find it interesting because talking about aliens, and I see that it is water above us, like the depths of the sea. Full wolf moon, when is that wolf moon happening? Oh, I may have to type that in the comments. But I also forget, like, I oftentimes I say, oh, I need to type it in the comments, and then I forget. So if anyone can remind me, so I can put it in. It is next year, and I'm more than sure it's potentially February, the full moon in February, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So I will comment that in the description below. Ow, something's hurting me, but I'm okay, we survive. So, like, yeah, 52, or is it this year? Or because 52 is rabbit, we are in the year of the rabbit. So I'm like, I can't remember. Like, it could be next year. I'm sure it's February. I don't think it's this year, but it could be because I've not got my list with me. But even if it's next year, no, if it's February, aren't we still in the year of the rabbit? We'll see anyway. But full moon, wolf moon, pay attention to that. Right ear ringing. Is that happening to you? I'm getting pure ringings right now, and I find it interesting that this is 88. Now, I wasn't going to search this, but I need to, because why? No. What? What's happening? 404. I didn't even want you. I was typing in Barbie. Why did it do that? Ripple. Ugh. Anyway. Pink frequency. Barbie. Like, there's no coincidences at all. There's no coincidences. I saw a video once, and it explained a bit about color theory and stuff, and the color pink makes you more susceptible. It makes you feel just more soft and more like wanting to spend money, basically. It's like, oh, you say yes. You say yes. And I just find it interesting. I find it so interesting that this pink frequency has come up, because when Barbie was just so heightened, everyone was just in pink, like everyone's just out here doing the most. Oh, this is it. Yeah, here she is. So yeah, I just found that interesting, and I shared before. I was like, what are they kind of priming us up, like sweeting us up for? But we've got pink frequency with aliens, and all this change. Checkmate, deep state. You must decide. I feel decisions need to be made now. If you're sitting on the fence about anything or everything, decide, because it's time. Like, are you going to be in the millions, or are you going to be the ones, with no common sense? This has come up. Has this happened, anyone? Or, like, I know I put these here because I'm drawn to it and I find interest, but I don't actually have the time to search every single thing. It's just like, okay, this is interesting. It's only certain things. So this is why I feel we need to come together as a collective. Each one teach one, you know what I'm saying? And people just pay attention to that. Okay. Pale white horse just reminded me of another biblical reference. Eye number 3. Both my children are awake. Eye number 3, the third eye. We had a lot about... Come on then, darling. We had a lot about the third eye being open, pineal gland, and all that type of stuff. Is it louder? Come on, oh, you can go and lay down then, love. Go spin. Oh, come on then, because Mummy has to finish this work. We also had Bill and Melinda Gates. Now, supposedly, they don't even exist anyway. Like, they're just not about. They were replaced. Was it back in 2012 or something like that? There's a theory going around. But yeah, obviously their clones are out here doing the most anyway. So if they appear up on the world stage, literally doing the most, then keep in mind the aliens, keep in mind the pink frequency. Please, shh. Come on now. Come on. Keep in mind all of this stuff. You can lay there, that's it. Yeah, keep that in mind. We've also got Adam has been initiated. I find that interesting because oh, Adam. See, I can't even type it in, but hopefully Google understands. But yes, Adam. So, Mommy, yes, Bubba. No, please, no. I don't think. Okay, all right. Adam has been initiated, so I just find this interesting that this has come up because in this movie, she says he was taken out of his cocoon too soon, and he just, it's just this reference. I have a movie, Truth in Plain Sight movie breakdown, not of him, but of this movie and the proteins. So I just need to edit that. So keep, take a look out for that. But anyway, this has come up. So if this happens, if she happens to be pregnant again, that would just be super interesting. Or if this was like a past one when she got pregnant with her twins, I don't know. This could happen again, as I says, with the whole with this, I don't want to say it because my baby's ears now, but with all of this that's going on, I just don't know how the world stage is going to act. They could literally do that 180 and just, it seems like they're now on our side, but you know what I'm saying? That could come up. Or, oh, okay, Nanny will do it for you because she's downstairs, but go and ask Nanny. Could you go and ask Nanny for me? Thank you. Again, this is just a personal reference to me. Born at Birmingham, as some years, as some there. Born here, stayed here, needs to be catching flights to get out of here though. Beginning pyramid, Genesis pyramid. So pyramids anyway, I just find interesting that there was a pyramid connection here. But let's get moving on. Angels in the flesh, that's me. Stimulus check, is that ready to come about? With all these aliens, with all whatever, this eclipse energy, are they going to be throwing that out even more? Mustang Sally. My wife and kids, that's like, when I seen that, it was just the first thing that come to my head. How she sings Mustang Sally. Perfect future. Is that happening? Like, is there ever a perfect future? But we can create our own perfect future. Sun Grim Reaper. I found this interesting. Grim Reaper links to Saturn, time. We had the most about Saturn. Was it with the school lockdowns and time and everything? And obviously just the sun, the energy source and time. So trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. People be just out here trusting and obeying people who they shouldn't be without a trace. I don't know if you'd noticed, if you've been on TikTok, but there's loads of videos going around like the rapture. So I found this interesting. People are they disappearing without a trace? Focus on your own energy, people. World stage is doing the most. Stratosphere. We had the waters above, and now we've got stratosphere. Is something entering into our stratosphere from the waters above? You see, I'm connecting it all. We'll see. Vladimir Putin. Something come up about him exiting the world stage. And obviously, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what November brings us. But he's appeared here as well. So I don't watch the political nonsense. Like, I really don't. It's only information I'm drawn to. And I'm like, whoa, I wonder what that means. And then I decode it. Returning fire, Phoenix energy, going into Phoenix, all of that. I attract money. It's happening, people. Let's say no, it's not happening. We are that. It's not separate from us, okay? So we don't even really need to attract it when it is us anyway. It's just about bringing your energy back to yourself. Manic depression, from whatever happens on the world stage, is it going to cause like even more depression? Like, are they attempting to lock people down more? This is why you just need to focus on your own energy, but that could come up. Nibiru Stargate, we've had Nibiru come up before. We're entering this number, it broke down to 11, excuse me, the 164. So is that us? Is it a portal? We had a lot about the X portal, things opening, things happening, the seed of Christ, the gnosis of Christ energy coming up again. Infinity loop, the hologram, that's what we're in. So that's what it says. It's impacting the hologram, all of this. Chasing millions. We don't chase, we be. Reset story. Things are changing, people. It's the reset story. This is, I wonder, you know how we have his story? Will it change to reset story? Oh, my jokes are terrible. Biblical prophecies. We are getting the most in the 223 year. Skull and Bones. So that's the 223 year. This is 2023. This is 322 is Skull and Bones. It's the reverse. It's the mirror. Biblical prophecies are happening now. That's why people out here just disappearing. We're getting a lot of meet up the Lord. The Lord's coming back. Gnosis of Christ. Yeah, the Bible's kind of playing it out. I'd also recommend go and check out Archaics. His name's Archaics. I will link one of his videos below. Archaics, Decode Your Reality, as well as Waters Above. They're like the three people I'd say go and check them out to get a more stance knowing of like what's potentially going on. Archaics breaks down the biblical prophecies from a profound point of view. Decode Your Reality decodes things from the most insane point of view. I'm like, whoa. And Waters, oh my days, Waters' wisdom is orgasmic. It's orgasmic to me. But anyway, fires on islands, the Maui fires, it's done been happening. If they start more, if more happens, pay attention, because it's just signaling all of these things. Flock of seagulls, if that happens. Oh, you know, there was like a movie about birds one time, so I just found that interesting. Crossing over, what's crossing over? The eclipse is making a big X where? Over Texas. You can't make these things up. Legend of Atlantis, that's me, bro. I'm the legend. Life, soul and body, that makes us who we are. It's our makeup. So this is impacting the whole collective right now, okay? Maximum effort. So put in your maximum effort, Kai. It's affecting us. Receiving money. Be receptive to receive whatever comes your way. I feel it's receptive time now. Wheel in the sky. What is the wheel in the sky? Oh dear. It's the stars. It's the zodiac. We had a lot of coding coming up about watch the stars, look at the stars. The stars are in the wheel in the sky. It's the whole thing. So it's impacting the whole collective. Aquarius moon. When's the next Aquarius moon? It's in November. The next Aquarius moon, people. No, it's not. I'm lying. I'm not. I don't know, but pay attention to when the next Aquarius moon is. I'm not going to look through the calendar now. XPR network. So we had X. So this, because it's the same symbols, is also XRP network. So we've got XRP network and XPR network. And in the Hebrew, we had XRP chart and XPR chart. pay attention to both of these cryptocurrencies. And I have the most insane decode coming out about the XPR network. Okay, so if you're interested in that, type XRP down below. Yeah, and I'll know it's XPR. But anyway, clockwise paths, I found that interesting because, again, with the wheel in the sky, 777s. Did we not get lucky numbers? What are the lucky numbers? 777 is the jackpot. It equal, and that's 7 hours ago. Well, 7. It equals 14, 21. 21 is Saturn. Lucky numbers. Last 3, fractal law breaking. Remember, we had some codes about the timelines collapsing and all of that, and Saturn and all of that type of stuff. So I just find this interesting. Is there a law of how we fractalize, and has that law been broken? You know, yeah, has it broken? In deep mourning, we've had the dead and dying, so take that how it resonates. Now the end begins. So I'll leave it there with this beautiful face. But yeah, things are guaning, people. Things are guaning. So anyway, moving on to the astrological story and how it could be impacting the crypto market. So we're going from this cycle. We're going from the 8th to the 14th. So the big things that's happening this cycle is Pluto stations direct, and of course the no moon new moon in Virgo, which is the solar eclipse. Now I need to let you know, for this video, the 15th, I have to record it a day earlier. I'll be recording it on the solar eclipse, and it will be posted for here. So the chart analysis will kind of miss one day, but Mama's having a break. Mama's having a break. I'm going away to the Peak District, and I'm super excited about that. But anyway, the main focus is Pluto station direct and the solar eclipse. Pluto is a slower moving luminary, so it needs time to pick up momentum. And to be honest, it's probably not going to pick up its momentum until this cycle, or even just after the lunar eclipse anyway, because it's very slow moving. So do keep that in mind. However, this energy is big. It's super big. And of course, this energy is super big. I spoke a lot about Pluto in 3 videos now, I think. No, 2 like in-depth videos. I've done one with by myself, which doesn't have a lot of views, so if you'd like to support me there, feel free. But I'll link it down below. I spoke about how Pluto could be impacting the crypto market as well as just the world with where it is, and I'll show you where it is soon. And I also done a Waters Above Wolfpack special. I'll link that below as well, where I went into more depth about what Pluto is doing, and I'll touch on it now. But where is Pluto, which I feel is important to know. See Pluto, and if we look over here where it says, you see dwarf planet Pluto, it says constellation. It says constellation SGR. So that's Sagittarius. So as you can see, it's nowhere near Pisces, which Pisces is nowhere near Aquarius, which mainstream astrology is trying to say. It's trying to say, oh, Pluto's in Aquarius, and it retrograded back into Capricorn. Bro, it's like, look where it is. It's far. It's in the middle. It's on the cusp of Sag and Cap at the moment. So do keep that in mind. Okay, so what is it telling me with Pluto now stationing direct? Pluto is the luminary of like the underworld, of death, of destruction, of rebirth, death and rebirth, basically. Yes, darling. Could you ask Mommy to help her, please? So that's Pluto for you, and Pluto brings about the biggest transformation within the collective. So obviously I'm talking about money now. I'm talking about money. So we are transitioning, aren't we, people? We're transitioning financially. And the standard person isn't going to have a clue. It's just going to be like, oh, okay. Being pushed more into a certain direction. Oh, dear. They'll be pushed more into a certain direction. But the whole financial system is transitioning right now. So I find it interesting as Pluto's getting ready to station direct, and not only that, but as it's moving into Capricorn, Capricorn is solid foundations. So what I'm saying is we are transforming from a banking side, from a financial side, which will impact the rest of the hologram, the rest of the world. We are truly transforming, and now we are setting in the solid foundations that will be long lasting. Okay, but right now, of course, it is still in Sagittarius. So when it comes to money, it's like we're still being moved in a new direction, a different direction. It enters, oh, where does it enter? It enters Capricorn 1st of Jan, 3rd of January. Okay, that's when it goes back into Capricorn. But until then, it's stationing direct in Sagittarius. So in terms of like price action, you know, I'm not gonna lie, Sagittarius energy, I'm not seeing much, because it's fire, and fire, the crypto is water, you know what I'm saying, but fire and water is still fire, I guess. But basically I'm seeing the market is going to show us now. It's no longer going backwards. It's going to just be moving in the direction it needs to move for transformation, for when it's ready to set solid foundations. That's the best way I can put it. This doesn't impact, let's say, it's impacting the market on a grander scale, but I can't just say like, oh, how it's going to be impacting it from this cycle to this cycle, because it's too big of a luminary. However, on a larger scale, it is now that it's stationing direct and moving forward, it is getting ready to literally transform the whole financial realm. Okay, the whole financial realm, it's getting ready to transform. So, what am I saying? It's happening now, people. The time is now to be ready, and to have your plan and stick to your plan, because transformation is beginning now. All right. Now, this solar eclipse energy, this no moon, new moon in Virgo. When it comes to the moons, it's the new moon is where price likes to find its new level of resistance to get ready to find its proper bottom. Okay, so we go resistance support. That's basically what it does. Now, the eclipses play a big role in these moon phases as well, which I'm actually still learning myself from my mentor, because it's a big impact, these eclipses, and it depends on what type of cycle we're in with these eclipses, with how it moves, whether being support resistance, if you know what I'm saying. Like sometimes the resistance could be weaker depending on the cycle we're in, sometimes the support could be weaker, and you'll see price just breaking through or falling down. But with this obviously being here, and with it being in Virgo, Virgo is, yes darling, your blanket. Oh, okay. Okay. Virgo energy is very decisive. Once she decides, that's it. Sometimes I've kind of looked back on like the percentages of how much price moves depending on which like star constellation it's in. And Virgo, when she's not decided, when she just hasn't made her mind up yet, it moves a small amount. However, when she knows, like, yep, this is for sure the resistance, it could be quite brutal. So this is where I am anticipating a dip in the market. I'm anticipating that, and it could come in round about this time, because price would find its resistance and Virgo energies kicks in. It's like, okay, and bear in mind the moon energy kicks in 5 days before and 5 days after, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this whole cycle we could be seeing more downward movements, and then 5 days after, giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up until here, before it finds its bottom, basically. So just keep that in mind. Okay, once Virgo knows, like, yep, it's going to push it down. It's a solar eclipse, so it's just even more potent. The sun is not active. The sun is in Virgo. The sun will still be in Virgo until it moves here. It moves on the 1st of November. Let's check. Yeah, moves on the 1st of November. Well, 31st to the 1st, like, you know, before it moves into Libra. So yes, we'll take a look at the charts now to see if it all aligns. If that made sense to you, do like the video, give me a thumbs up, does Pluto have an emoji? I don't know. Pluto fuels Scorpio, so put the Scorpio emoji for me if you would like to anyway. But transitioning is happening now within the whole markets. We need to find this resistance, like price, because transformation is happening now. This wick needs to come in, because as I said, the elite don't want to, they ain't spend, they're wealthy, but they're also cheap. They ain't spending big boy prices on stuff, so they'll bring the market down and they'll buy it back as fast as they can. So be prepared. Anyway, moving on to the chart analysis now. This is Bitcoin, and I just found this super interesting because this is the monthly candles, and it's interesting where it kind of ended. This is a new chart, so I could draw on it, but if we just look here, let me draw it. You're going to draw with me now, baby. So anyway, where kind of price just fell back and was sitting on, which is 25, round about the 25k mark. As we broke through this level, it's like price really attempted to hit back up here. We've got a wick, almost a wick. We had a wick and then it just went down, and then we had like a wick again. And now on the reverse side, price is just here. So is telling me, this alone is kind of telling me that we may have a quick wick down. We may touch back here, 23. We may even come to this low, which this may make more sense. Look at this. Look at this. So we've had a rejection. Price literally just hit off here and then fell back down to 13k. Oh gosh, is this why people are saying, oh, we're going back down to 13k? I don't think so. I feel this is a strong resistance, and if we happen to get below 19k, so we wicked up to 19 and we went back down to 13, and then we just fell, we didn't go back again until November 2020. Oh wow, so this was December, and then we didn't reach back this point till November 2020. We're almost in November, people. The month of October, I'm seeing this candle may even be, it may even finish up to here, or like it may attempt, just looking on the monthly and looking at like a wider angle. Let's take a look. I've got 30 to 32. I'm going to put 2 lines because I want to pay attention to the wick and the body. Okay, the wicks and the body of this last place. Now, can you see that? I can't zoom in. Like, okay, wait there. Let me zoom in. I can. Sometimes I get frustration. I'm like, I can't do it. But yes, I can. I can do anything I put my mind to. So, I find it interesting that price has... How can I put it? It wicked to here. And then obviously we had wicks coming down to this zone. And then it's kind of just... it wicked to here and then it fell here to 30. So basically my point saying, I strongly feel that price, when it comes to the candle, we may get a wick down to here. It may even wick down to 19, like 20 to 19. I don't see it going lower than 16, this structure low. Like, I don't. If it's like the craziest wick, then it may be the craziest wick, but I just don't really see that. Though we do obviously have here price wicked down, like it got rejected off this level. So I guess we don't want to rule that impossibility out. But if you notice, price got rejected off this level, 19, came down, got rejected off the 17 level. Let's just round it off because my head. And then of course structurally price hasn't gone below 16.3. We had a wick to 15. So I'm just not seeing structurally we're going this low. We may wick. I'm seeing more of a wick down to the 20 zone. Yeah. Just keep in mind, there's a chance of a fast wick. Just looking at it on this larger scale. However, there's still a possibility that even though we wick and come down, so for a few days it may be down, but this candle, because it is the monthly candle, this candle alone could bring us back up to, in between 30 to 32. Either by the end of October or in November. So it's like if this candle gets us to 30, or if this candle's lower, or if it just hovers, you know, if it just be about here. I don't know, but I'm anticipating a wick and a buyback. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, or it literally could just go on up. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Let's come on to the winner. The one winner. Let's take a better look at it. The other moving averages aren't on yet because it's just too big. Oh, no, we're going back to the monthly because I just have to check this first. Yeah. Oh, and you see, this just looks beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh my days, just look at the perfection. You see, it doesn't really capture the wicks on this one. That's why I kind of wanted to do it on there. But just look how it just dropped down and then just like there again, broke through, went on that. How it bounced off that perfectly. So that's why, because of its structure, it seriously seems... Where's my RSI? Why is it not showing? Oh, I don't understand. Study error. Oh my days. Anyway, I guess it's irrelevant right now. So, structurally, it just really seems like it's ready to just go on up. You see what I'm saying? Just after like what it's done. Or even if it comes back down to here and then go on up. Calculation failed. Remove the script and reapply the chart. Okay. Let me just add my RSI on, if that's okay. Relative strength index. No, it's just not working. This must have happened last time. Anyway, let's go down. I feel like I'm just analysing this for the longest now. Back to the winner chart. So, Price just seems to be getting rejected off the 200 moving averages. It's too wide. That's why the other ones hasn't come on yet. I'm hoping so. I hope it's just not acting funny. Maybe a shorter chart analysis if this ain't coming on. Because I can't even pause this. My laptop won't handle it. I can't put the videos together and compress it. It's a no. We record one time and done. Because that's why my children are in the background, but I have to do what I have to do. This 200 moving average, though, it does seem like it's ready to get rejected off that to come back down a little bit more. And we did make a slightly higher high, though, there, but obviously we're below that now. Oh, that's the winner one. Let's look at the daily. Yay, it works. Okay, I was like, I hope that the whatchamacallit, my luminaries, I swear I love them. I'm so grateful for the person who made this. So we're in between, obviously, Uranus and Saturn. Uranus is the berry line and Saturn is the dark purple. These two here are Mercury and Pluto. We have Venus, this orange, yellowy orange line, and this peach line is Neptune. So what I'm seeing here again on the daily, it really seems like this 200 moving average is or will keep Bitcoin down. But if it does break above 28.1, where is it now? 27. If it like pushes into 28 region, pay attention, because it may get rejected at Uranus here at 28.6. We'll take a look on the smaller time frames to see if there's actually any room for upside momentum, and of course we'll check the DXY after XRP. But seen on the daily, it really seems it would be lovely to have the RSI. I can't check my phone because it's too far. It seems like it could get rejected off there. It seems like on the daily it's creating a little double top potentially to then get rejected down. If it goes a bit higher though, if it does go a little bit higher, then Uranus may push it down. Like I says, here is looking, this 23 region is looking like a lovely seat on like more of like the daily type of time frame. When it comes to like a monthly candle, this could just look like a wick, and this was the point I was trying to get out there. This could look like a wick, and then onward and upward to the next route. But here just looks like a lovely seat, and it could wick below and price could stay here. So based on the line chart, it could just stay here, but we may see a little wick. Let's just take a look at the candles quickly. Yeah, interesting. Okay, going back to the line, it confuses my head a bit, to be honest. Go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, right, it's right in between on the 4 hour. Obviously all of the luminaries, it's like the luminaries are squeezing it together now, and this just looks a bit too strong. Like yeah, it's failing to obviously get to this high, to get past this high, because it's here, and I'm just not really seeing it. Not in the short term, not much upward momentum. I'm just not seeing that, because more than anything, Uranus, Neptune and Venus will push it down. Price may hover at 27.5 for a bit, but then weakness may come in depending on the smaller time frames to let it sit on this seat. Again, this just looks like a seat, and 25 just looks like a lovely level, a lovely psychological level. So we'll take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour, okay. So obviously on that hourly, it was being supported by the 200, and it is above all of the luminaries right now. So it's not, I wouldn't even say it's super overextended, but there's a gap, which means price may feel drawn to want to retest this zone. So again, I'm seeing 27.5 in the mix, and then if it falls below, Uranus, I mean the 200 moving average, this just looks like a perfect seat, just 27 zone. Downward momentum I'm seeing. Sorry, itching my head. Smallest time frame I'm going to look at, 15 minutes. Yeah, so on the shortest, price just seems like it's going down. The RSI would give us a bit more, but it's not working. Please forgive me. So price touching base below 27.8. It's at 27.9 now. If it goes to 27.8, I am seeing it's just going to fall below. It's going to find its seat here. And yeah, it's going down, baby, when you're not around. Right, Sifu Hotmans. Let's go on to XRP. I said we're going to use a different chart. I don't know what chart I used. Please don't say I used this. No, that's the chart I've used. That's the chart I've used. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, no. This is my Mercury retrograde chart. Haha. Let me get a different one for you. I swear I've used this one. Let's use the Kraken. Yeah. Okay. So XRP did the maddest. Anyway, look at XRP. It started, where did it start? No, this isn't the full proper chart. It's not the full proper chart, so let's just ignore that. But I just wanted to take a look at just the monthly and how this candle looks. My days, that month was awful. Oh dear. But this monthly, why is it so tiny? Okay. Indecision. Look at that for this month. So this was September. Look at the indecision on that. It's like, are we going low or are we going high? Like, what's going on? Look at the tiny body. Like, from how it moved, it really just pretty much ended up in the same place. Again, I feel this indecision, just looking at this candle here, this indecision may play out in this candle too for this month, October. And it may look like indecision. The altcoins move after Bitcoin. So Bitcoin could be reaching 30. Like by this year, it will be back at 30 this year. November, potentially December. Novembers are known to be quite good for Bitcoin. But this indecision with XRP, I'm not seeing the quickest recovery. I'm not seeing that. But as I says, Bitcoin will move first, so just pay attention to that anyway. Let me just take a look at the line and then we'll move. Oh, but that indecision on it though, it's looking like it does want to just go on up again. So interesting. It's all so interesting. Let's take a look on the smaller time frames, the winners, the winner cycle. Okay, so straight away, it seems like it's just ready to get rejected off the 200 moving average. It's like, nope. So on a smaller time frame, that was the monthly. As I says, monthly is, it's, you know, it takes more data and the way it shows it. So it could just, on a larger time frame, seem like, oh wow, it's just ready to go on up. But on the winner, I don't want to use that word, so that's why I'm not saying it. But you know, on this time frame, it seems like in the next coming cycles, it's more of a negative impact. It just seems like it's ready to be rejected off that. Going on to the daily. What I'm trying to do as well is to keep it simple before like all lines come in. We're kind of just flowing with the luminaries right now with these moving averages. Yes, so straight away on the daily, what I'm seeing is price is ready to, it had extended above Uranus, this berry line, and straight away price, it went up and then it came back underneath Uranus's grips. And look at this, like, it was underneath Saturn. It's like it extended so much outside of Uranus and Saturn's time hologram that it just fell right back down into it and found rest on the material, which is Venus. It found rest on the material. I love these. Anyway, it's getting pushed below Uranus. Uranus and the moving average on the daily has crossed over. If you can see that there, it's crossed right there. So, yeah, there's a cross happening. Just more downside momentum. I feel price just looks like it really needs to either get support off Venus again. While these continue, it may just drop a little, stay a little on Neptune, find its support on Venus as it has been doing there, and then find its another support on this seat. Like I says, it just wants to, it really looks like it wants the nicest seat here. I saw something, I'd like to just draw it in. The fattest line. Where's that price? 12th of October. Could that be? Could it be reaching these points round about the teens of October? Like this line, because I noticed, look at this line, it hit it 1, 2, almost kind of went to it there, broke below it and went straight back above it. So could price be drawn to here? And potentially so, as we've had a cross here, it's now under Uranus. Uranus alone could knock it down. It may attempt to hover on Neptune, but probably nothing. It may try and find support on Venus, and if it gets below Venus, then I'm seeing this line is more than likely, and that would go back down to that 47. See that 47 zone, which is a horizontal line. It's a whole new chart, you see. So if you draw it back, is, yeah, that 47 region. Look at how it just reacts to this line. Fell down, rejected back off it, and then just collided through it, attempted to hit it here again, interactions with it here, and it just hit it nicely here. So I wouldn't be surprised if price comes and attempts to hit it with this downward momentum energy, this new moon energy, because it is, my laptop can't handle the most. Okay, it can't handle. Oh wait, actually I'm going to get rid of you because you, my friend, are irrelevant. Oh no, you're irrelevant, which I can then put on moon cycles. No, you're not working, love. Okay. I don't understand technology sometimes, and Mercury's not even retrograding, fam. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing. Just a nice clean hit to this, and this still looks like a lovely seat, this 44 zone. And if like price gets lower than that, it may be a wick and then back up to that zone. This 44 just looks nice as well. And look at the bottom of that. So could this literally, could it hit here and literally could it slide down? I'm going to keep this chart, okay? How can I save it? I'll figure out how to save it afterwards. But it will be interesting if price just slides down, and we'll keep this to see if it respects it or not. Let's take a look on the smaller time frames. Yes, so okay, and this just looks so ugly. Look at the XRP, man. XRP, is he in there? Is he? Yeah, so Saturn has done a big cross down. So time is, the Grim Reaper is coming. The Grim Reaper's coming. As Saturn just makes its way down, XRP is not getting above Saturn. It's just not. It's not happening. Saturn has crossed over. It's crossing over Uranus. This Uranus and Saturn cross could just send XRP down. It may hover on the 200 moving average, and if it falls below it, as I says, this 47 is the next zone it's going to, and we just pay attention to how it respects the 47 area, because of course then the next, like, it could just slide down and be a bit of a slow burner, or it could just break right through this line, and then breaking right through this line as it did here, it broke through and then went back up. It could do that. It could come down to here, fall down again at 47, break through this line, wick down to even probably 44, 41, and then come back up into it. It could do that, so we'll pay attention, of course. Let's take a look on the smaller time frames, and we're moving to the DXY, and we're finished from a long video. Oh, my intention is that you lot get value out of this, like, for sure. It takes me time and effort to do these videos, but I enjoy it. It's fuel to me. So right now on the hourly, it's having its little support on the 200 moving average, but it's just so low. It could just, whatever the smaller time frames are saying, the moment it gets below, underneath this 200 moving average on the hourly, is ready to just find a little support here, and if it just collapses through, then it's going down, baby, when you're not around. I love musical magicians. Oh my days. I'm not the best singer, so I love it when someone is musical. I still sing though. I'm more of a dancer. I like to dance. But as you can see on the 15-minute time frame, XRP is going down. It's just going down. It's the best way I can put it. So 47 and 44, and see how price reacts around those areas. Okay, because you know, the markets aren't, well, crypto never sleeps, but so there may be some, like, a little downward movement, but when the other markets open, that's when we may see more movement. And of course, the no moon, new moon energy begins fully tomorrow anyway, when the market happens to ironically open. So let's take a look at the DXY. So it's not so confusing for me when I get back. DXY. Oof, did you hear my belly rumble? Did you hear it rumble? Did you hear it rumble? Now this is on the, like, winner one, so this is more of a bigger time frame. However, this just looks super overextended. This is why I'm seeing that buyback for Bitcoin, and as that kind of floods into the altcoins, I'm seeing it, it's not too far away, because just where is it going? Just what is it doing? You know what I'm saying? It may, and I still feel it's trying to go up here. Like, I feel it's trying to go up here. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames on the daily. Right, so as you can see, we have been pretty much rejected off this zone. The dollar was a little weak. The dollar was weak last cycle. You see, that makes sense. But, oh gosh, sorry. I'm getting tired. So let's soon finish this. But the dollar was rejected off that. It has had quite, like, obviously a fall back. So is this a little zone here? Or will it try come back down to here when the market's open before trying to go back up again? But obviously it is still quite away from these moving averages, so it depends on how the smaller time frames, like, You see, if these were a bit closer to it, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, the dollar's going up straight away. So this dip in the market, like it may not drop straight away. It may be closer to the actual solar eclipse once Mercury stations direct. It could happen like Wednesday sometimes. If things are slow here, sometimes things pick up here, and then I notice if it's slow at the end of the cycle, then we may get like mad movements at the beginning. So it all depends. But looking at it on the daily, we'll take a look at the smaller, but if it does want to go down a little bit before continuing up, that's a possibility. Yes, okay. So on the 4 hour now, this is just one random ass line. We don't need to be there anymore. So on the 4 hour, yes, it's seeming like when the market's open, the dollar may be a little bit bearish to get proper structure, or even if, let's draw a line. Let's draw a trend line, because I've just kind of saw something. Alright, what's this? Is it on? It's one long ass line. It broke below it though. Oh gosh. I put it thick that time, didn't I? Let's just change it to thin. That's better. But these touches are interesting. How far does this go? Right. These touches are interesting because it's been following this upward trend. It's just following it. It has broken below it. So that again is interesting, but we could be getting, when the market opens, just a quick downward side, and it could just go right back up above it. So what I'm actually going to be paying attention to, because the moving averages are far from it, it just needs to catch up before it gives it its last like which could be the dip in crypto basically. What I'd like to pay attention to, which I'm going to keep an eye on, is if price just gets above this line again. The market is closed now, so this literally could just, you know, go on right back up. So if it kind of does this interesting trend line, then that's what I'm seeing. Okay, that could be the momentum to push it up its last leg before it's thoroughly overextended and it's like, dollar, sit down now. The last size I look on is the hour. Yeah, okay. So obviously it failed to get higher than this point from here. So, but it could find support, like as it gets here, as price may touch here, it could find support off all of these luminaries. Venus, it literally could find support on Venus, and that could be the structure, the support to continue it to the upside. But yes. Did any of that make sense to you? It was a long video. I said keep a look out for obviously all the things happening on the world stage and what it will signal. Keep an eye out as well. I am going to do a special Crypto Angles podcast. This is my second special because my first one was for Waters Above. I'm going to do a second special, which is obviously separate to my Sunday videos, and it's going to be about XRP's mirror, XPR. Now I know it's not the exact mirror, but it's the exact same thing, and I found some mind-blowing connections, and I wouldn't have found this without my Waters Above community, because it was someone from the community which shared this with me, and he will be joining me on that special as well to share his gnosis of the situation. So do keep an eye out for that. It will be out, if not on the solar eclipse, it will be out before it, around about that time. But it's wild. Okay, it is wild. Remember, if you did want to grab this calendar that is in alignment with the visible sky, it is there with this sale, and this sale is finishing in about the middle of November, so it's there. Treat yourself, you know, treat yourself. If you do want a personal reading, I'm limiting myself to like 10 a month. So do get in there. There's about there's 5 spaces left for the month of October. So if you would like a personal reading, do let me know. And with that being said, this was Crypto Angles podcast number 28. 2 and 8 is extreme wealth, and 10, the binary code. Things are changing, and I'll see you in my next Crypto Angles podcast number 29. 2 and 9, 11. We're walking through that door. We are walking through that door. But with that being said, I'll catch you in the next cycle. Angel out. Bye.